Hello. So what we're going to do here is in about 20 minutes install Linux from a USB drive, install enemy territory, make some essential setting changes you need to run this version of ET on this version of Linux, and get into some gameplay. So hopefully this will be moderately entertaining and hopefully informative as well. So I've got a USB stick here on which I have downloaded the latest version of Ubuntu 21.10, which came out a few weeks ago from ubuntu.com. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into a USB slot, boot the computer up, and put it into BIOS so that I can then reboot from the flash drive. On this computer, to get BIOS, I hit F2. And I'm just button spamming F2 over and over again. Okay, so I'm going to go to the boot menu. This may be called something different depending on your system. I'm going to change boot option 1 to what I had installed before, to the flash drive. I'm going to go exit, save changes and reset, hit OK. Now it will reboot from the USB stick. On your system, the keys to enter BIOS and or a shortcut key to boot from a USB drive may be different or easier. I'm going to just hit enter on the first default Ubuntu install option. And while we wait for it here, all right, here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Install Ubuntu. My keyboard layout is Colmac. You can choose yours, of course. I'm going to choose, for now, a minimal installation and have it not download updates while running, because I've run into issues before with that causing it to fail. So I'm going to erase the whole disk and install this as the only OS. If you have Windows installed or Mac OS, you could also you could use something else here. You have to get into it and I can assist you with the details, but you could create a separate partition on which to install Ubuntu and run it alongside Mac OS or Windows. So I'm going to create an encrypted volume. And hit install now. And it is getting started. Next we'll enter, so it's confirming I want to make these changes to the disk, and I do, so I hit continue. This is my time zone, so hit continue. We'll name it cake. We'll name the computer Pi, and we'll use the same easy password. All right, and it's still copying files in the background while we were doing that. And here it continues. Oh, hey, Metal. Well, I mean, that's the thing is you at this point, as far as I'm aware, you can't install it on Mac anymore, at least not on the modern OS. You have to go back to like 10.6. So hopefully anyone who's running a Mac who wants to play the game on like one of these new M1 machines or even an old desktop could follow these instructions to be able to play on their equipment, which would be kind of nice. You know, like I say, this process should only take about 20 minutes, which isn't too much effort to put in if you want to play one of your favorite games. So around the time of 10.7 or 8, they started removing some essential libraries that made ET work. And then at the point of Catalina, they dropped all 32-bit support. Now, here in Ubuntu, I'm going to have to add back in 32-bit support as we go through the process, but it's possible, whereas on Mac, you just can't do that anymore. But yeah, if you have any questions along the way, let me know. That way, hopefully, I can explain what I'm doing better for those who come after to look at this. Of course, I'll put all the commands I'm going to use in the comments later, so people can follow along, or the description. And yeah, after we get it installed, we'll do a little bit of gameplay, and maybe more people will show up to be entertained by that. It should be done in about a minute here, and then it will boot on up. Unfortunately, I'm losing daylight, so there's an issue with this computer or with this camera where you can see the colors kind of blown out on the screen because there's not enough background light in the rest of the room. So hopefully it'll be visible enough, but the printed instruction should be helpful as well. I have done a variety of things. My background is a mechanical engineer. Most recently, I worked for a university physics department. But I've done a variety of, like programming type computer tasks over the years as well. A lot of 3D CAD design and that kind of stuff. All right, install is complete. So now hit restart. It's going to ask me to remove the drive and press enter. So I take the flash drive out. We're done with that. I press enter. And now it's going to reboot into our shiny new operating system. Fortunately, the first time I tried this, things went wrong, so I've had a practice go now. And while we're waiting, so the thing that went wrong is that the current version of ET Legacy that was released a couple of days ago just does not work on this platform at the moment. There's some kind of segmentation fault issue. And once they figure that out, I can use the newest version. But right now, I've got to go one version back to get it to be able to run. Okay, so this is secret step number 1. When you click on the login screen, you need to come down to the gear icon in the bottom corner, click on that, and change it from Ubuntu to Ubuntu on Xorg. The explanation here is they've changed their windowing system. Sort of the underlying, you need something called X11 to make things work the way that you would want them to. I'm just basically saying no to sharing information now and ignoring some of the setup options. If you're in the Wayland mode, the game will not run because it needs the OpenGL stuff of the old way to run. So when you first log in, you go down to that little system icon, choose Ubuntu on X11 or whatever it was called, and that will make sure things will work correctly. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is download the previous version of the game from ET Legacy's website. Browser's opening up. We're just going to Google ET Legacy. And let's see if I can increase the font size so you can see everything. So I'm going to click on etlegacy.com. And I'm going to hit the download for Unix button here. But I'm going to scroll down past the installers they're offering and go to list old releases, because that's what we actually want. So the little pop-up came here for update software. Yeah, let's do install updates in the background while we're doing this too. So what we want is not 2.78.1 re-explore the area, but one version back, 2.78.0 explore the area. I click on that. I scroll down to the Linux section. Now there's a Linux 32-bit installer and 64-bit installer. To be able to play on J1, you need the 32-bit installer. To play Legacy mod and any 64-bit mods, I think Silent may be compatible. You can use the 64-bit installer, but you will not be able to play JMod. Also, with ET Legacy, you cannot play on ET Pro at all. So I'm going to go ahead and save the 32-bit installer. And we're going to wait for it to download in about 30 seconds. All right, it is downloaded. We're done with the browser for now. Check on those system updates. Okay, so that's working out just fine. We are going to go ahead and plug in this external drive I have that has some essential files like my ET key and the cheat sheet we're going to follow along here of steps to take that I'll then put in the description of this video later. Okay, so let's increase the font size of this. So on the external drive, so there's a hidden folder on here because that's just the way it defaults to. So if I want to see hidden files, I click on the hamburger menu and check the box Show Hidden Files, and then yeah, I can see all three things I expect here. The guide with instructions, which I'll open up and put over here. My ET Legacy folder, which has things like the maps, my ET key, my profile, any screenshots, demos, JMod, required files, etc. Same thing in the legacy folder, but I've never used anything in here, so I tend to ignore whatever it's doing. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that over to the desktop for now, as well as, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is open up a terminal window. And to do that, I'm going to press at the same time Control, Alt, T. All right, so I'll drag that over here and increase the font size as well to make it as readable as possible. If anyone's trying to follow along visually, like I said, the commands will be available later in the description. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, now if you're new to Linux, some of these commands will seem very unfamiliar and odd. You will find most of them useful and learn them over time. For now, you can just sort of do the trust me and follow along approach. I'm going to move to a different folder. So first we'll teach you ls. So that's what files in the sort of the home directory. I'm going to go to what you can see there is the downloads folder where we just downloaded ET Legacy to. So I do CD for change directory to downloads. I'm using tab for autocomplete. I'm going to list what's there again. And you can see there is ET Legacy version 2.78.0 as we expected. I'm going to move that file to the home root directory using ~/ET Legacy. All right, so I'm going to move myself back, change directory to the home by doing CD tilde. And now that file is where we want it in the home directory. I'm going to add permissions to it using chmod +X to make it executable. So I do etl tab, and now when I list, you can see it's in green. That means it's executable. So I'm going to do sudo /et tab. This command tells it to run that file, or run it as executable. I enter my password, and I hold down D to jump past the license here. And I accept it by pressing Y and enter. Here it wants to know if I want to create a folder for this version, and I say yes, enter. Do I want the asset files? In my case, no. I already have the file that we need, pack0.pk3. If you do not have that file somewhere, like from an old install or in a different folder, you'll want to hit yes here, but I'll hit no, enter. Unpacking finished. So I can go ahead and do ls, and now I see I have a folder, ET Legacy, the same name as the installer file was, but now it's a folder. So I'm going to go ahead and do CD for change directory, etl tab, and now I'm in that folder. So you can see what's inside it with ls. There's a file where there's a executable etl. And when I want to run that, I'm going to run it the same way I ran this installer script, with a /etl, but we're not ready for that yet. It wouldn't work. In fact, we'll just show you if I just try to run it now, no such file or directory exists. That's because we haven't added 32-bit support yet. So to do that, we need to run a few commands. So I'm going to go back to the home directory. Not that it really matters, but just to keep the line shorter, we need to add architecture and library support for 32-bit. Now, a neat thing you can do in Ubuntu is paste with the middle click. So I've copied a command over, sudo dpackage add architecture i386. I press enter. And then I'm going to do sudo apt-get update. That's going to tell it to update its basically libraries and repositories to know that we want 32-bit support now. And now here are the 32-bit libraries that we particularly want. So we will install those. It's going to use 240 megabytes of space. So I'm going to hit yes and wait for it to finish. Now, something I like to install to make sure the computer is able to produce enough frame rate and so forth is something called glx gears. So I do that with sudo apt install mesa utils, and then I can run that command with glx gears. And it creates this little window with spinning gears that basically is a frame rate tester. So you can see right now it's running at about my refresh rate 144 hertz. Now, if we wanted to run with an uncapped frame rate as fast as it can, we're going to use this command in front of it, v_blank _ mode equals 0. Now when I run it, it's running at about 33,000 frames per second. So that was 33,258. Pretty good. So I finished the command, I canceled it by doing Control-C, or completed it. The next thing we need to do here is I need to pair my Bluetooth headset. So I'm going to go to Bluetooth settings, push the magic button on the headset, wait for it to appear in the list here, click on it to set up, and do a quick sound test. All right, sound is working as expected. Now, there's an issue that we have to solve for this particular version of ET Legacy. Older and newer versions don't have this, but the raw unaccelerated mouse input is not present in this particular version, 2.78.0. So to fix that, we need to go to install a particular little piece of software. That's not where it is. So it's in Ubuntu software. There's a little briefcase icon on the toolbar. And we're going to install something called GNOME Tweaks. I don't see the search box though. That's weird. I'll just do Control F. There we go. Tweaks. I'm going to go ahead and install that. Other versions of Ubuntu and Linux, or other variants of Ubuntu and Linux, allow you to do this without having to install it. It's just in the menus, but it's hidden here. So we're going to go ahead and go to the utilities folder. So I click on a little icon down here, click on tweaks, and then I go to keyboard and mouse, and I change the acceleration profile from default to flat. So default, it wiggles around depending on how fast I move it. Flat, it's 1:1. However fast I move the mouse is how fast the cursor moves. There's a proportional ratio, but it doesn't change depending on how fast I move it. So I can go ahead and close that now. And I think we're just about ready to go. So I'm going to go back to here, the external drive, go into the ET Legacy folder that was created in the home directory. So I get open the Finder area, the, what do they call it? The files, home, ET Legacy, ET main, and I drop the pack0 file right in here. Copy, and it's not letting me move it that way. Wonderful. Let's do a move to home, ET Legacy, ET main. Oh, okay, so it's not happy about that. Probably because I'm copying from an external drive and it sees a security threat or something. So I'm going to go ahead and drag the pack0.pk3 onto the desktop. And now what I'm going to do is use the terminal instead to move it. So I'll do sudo move desktop / pack0.pk3 to /et legacy / et main. And now when I check this folder, there it is. Ta-da. Last thing to do is to go back into files. Yeah, well, we just installed the system, so, no big deal. We can just remove the whole place. Not a problem. So ET Legacy would create a folder like this if you didn't already have one, but I'm going to go ahead and just drop over into my home directory, again, the maps, ET-key, JMod files, just to speed things along. So the final thing I think we need to do here before, well, we'll run it once real quick, but then we'll do a restart before we really get going here. So from the home, again, I'm going to do cd etl tab. I'm now in the right folder. I'm going to go ahead and copy this command over, which makes sure that, again, it runs at an uncapped frame rate, not synced to the display refresh rate. Set the com hunk megs, the zone megs, the display refresh, and make sure it starts in not full screen. You may be familiar with setting the hunk megs and zone megs in a different way using the properties of the file on Windows, for example. So yeah, it runs, there's sound. So we're going to quickly do a quit and a restart. That's not what I want, to reboot. And when the system comes back up, we'll connect the headset again and get into the game. The unfortunate finicky issue with this particular version of Ubuntu and ET Legacy is you cannot run in true full screen, or at least I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. But you can, with a screen that's relatively large, you can use windowed full screen and it fills up 95% of the screen, all of the horizontal width and most of the vertical, which reminds me I need to go into settings and turn on sidebar hiding to make this work. So I'm going to go settings, appearance, auto hide the dock. I can go ahead and close that, and now go ahead and open terminal back up, Control Alt T, increase its size again, and now I'm going to just hit the up arrow twice, 4 times actually, to get back to the change of that folder, and then back to this command to run it again and launch the game. Oh, I forgot to do sound though, so let's quit, fix the sound, Bluetooth settings, and we'll connect. Sound is gone. I can hear a little background hum. Here we go. The game is up. So I'm going to go connect j1.clanfa.com. Turn the volume down a little and do a vid restart. All right. Let's fix my name real quick here. And let's go check the scores. Axes are up, so I'll wait a minute and then join allies. I'll button mash the join allies command that I have on the keyboard for 1. Yeah, they're down about 100, so I'd rather not stack onto Axis at this point. Let's see what's interesting to watch while we wait here. We got Roro. He should be a good time. And there we go. We're on allies. So now for the fun part, guys. Now for the fun part. That is a lot of people stacked over there. Saw a sniper, an MG, who knows what else. I think that's Deckard Cain. I think I might have seen him when I was in spec. I didn't realize where he was, though, at the time. That was a close one, but got one. And we'll keep cycling through, picking him off until it's clear enough to push out somewhere. I think that might have been the Panzer guy who just dropped me. So the mouse input feels a little sluggish. I'll have to look into that later, but that's the sound of the tank getting down to the other end. And at the moment, I'm just talking to myself because nobody else is here. Looks like our objective runner got dropped. Yeah. There's an MG back there I was not expecting, but should have been. That's just how it goes sometimes. You don't switch at the right time and you get dropped. These RNAs in close quarters are, it's about to say, almost as bad as shotguns in close quarters. Here they come again. Oh, I feel a little sneaky here. So the message there was from Cabal. I had told him, or Cable, I don't know, probably earlier, that apparently the OS reinstall is T-mute breaking. So I'm supposed to be muted at the moment, but doing the install has eliminated that. So when I press I made a key to tell me when there we go. So he reset it at 2 days, which is fine by me. This is going to be tricky. Which is fine. It probably should be like 2 days and 6 hours or something. I don't remember exactly what it is, but, or 12 hours. Vibe officers do better than that, so I don't know why he missed those shots, but Seiko is usually about that good, though, so that was not surprising. Yeah. Next time I die, we'll do the server status, see if anyone in the server is watching, just for entertainment value. It's always fun to put on a bit of a show if you can. Yeah, it's weird. I may need to clean my mouse pad or the feet or something, because when I'm dragging across, like a sharp turn like that just did not feel smooth. I heard at least a couple back in there, so I don't want to be standing out front barefaced or whatever. when they poke out. Someone got the MG. Let's try to get in the bank here and get the objective out. Ah, well. I can see from the map there's a guy sitting on the ledge over there. Looks like he got dropped, but... I feel like getting in the tank would be a mistake. That was pretty poorly done, but we live to fight again, so I'm not going to knock it. Oh, fix Fox. This Axis team is not particularly strong, but they are many. That's Finger over there with the knife again. Almost got him. But he is not important at the moment. Oof. That was a little close. There's a bot. Or that's what bots do sometimes. They just throw ammo up in the air. Let's finish him off, and then... Oh, he got me. I forgot I wanted to have the demos going, though. And it does not auto-start if you join a map in progress, so we'll just get the last 5 minutes of this one. Let's try to get in there. Oh, they're making it hard to get in the bank. Or library, I think is what it actually is. Oh well. Not a lot of allies are actually pushing into the courtyard there, so I might get in there one more time, but I'm not going to count on it. I don't have the covert up skill level that lets you get the big old enemy in disguise notice, but this is always hard getting in here. Yeah. It's hard to check both ways at once, especially when you're on fire. So our guy's got the objective. Nope. I was hoping to get into a spot to give him a little more support than that, but let's avoid that real quick. Oh, wherever that nade came from just saved my ass. Pushed him back underwater. Oh well. Hey, I'll take 40 and 10 for warming up. Just about 50 AC. I guess somebody killed that guy. I thought it was going to be Finger, though. Sometimes they'll make it to the ladder or whatever, so you can't hit him from top or bottom. So the Kraus will open this door for me. I can do a little fun raiding their spawn. Shit. All right, I'll let that one be somebody else's kill. Can't believe that worked out, but hey, there we go. And then 1, 2, oh. Respawned faster than I was expecting. Or I guess faster than I was hoping. Wanted to get that MG, the field ops resupplying him, and the further away MG. Here comes a... Oop. Somebody else got that kill. Oh, I guess combat engineer hit him. He will not be happy about that. He was pretty pissed earlier at me. See if we can steal 1 or 2 more here. Ooh, close one. Yeah, 47-11, 49 accuracy in 15 minutes. Twixter's 95-32, pretty good. Twixx. I don't know how he pronounces it. Could be anything. Well, we will do 1 more map and then call it a day, I think. Oof, maybe 2. It's ETT06, and then it's Gold Rush, I think. Oil Combinat. Get some water while we wait here. Well, if only one came that way, there'll be a couple come in with the ramp. Yeah. There's one in the back, too. Let's make the name funny since Martin J is trying to spec me. There we go. The cake is a live stream. I've never mastered shooting at trying to get the angle just right when you're shooting at just seeing the muzzle flash. At least two going that way. Dodge the landmines, and here they come. Yeah, I think this is going to go quick. Hopefully they know to go to the oil valve, because I cannot tell them. Doesn't necessarily look like it, but... All right, and we wait. Very few people will check back here. So the first engineer I'll let run by, I'll peek out to see if, anybody comes. Row Y, row Y. Oh, you want to go to the second one already? All right, we can do that. We got like a couple minutes to wait though. And yeah, he wants to go right by the spawn. Great. I think I saw a soldier on the map, so it was probably an MG, possibly the mortar. Oof, he was not expecting us yet. All right, I'll drop some packs for row here. Odds are I'll get killed here. Just 3 or 4 will come at once. Hopefully these guys can... That was close. The packs helped there. Nesting's kind of a jerk move, but... I think we have another minute or so to wait before we can even plant the dino. This one has anti-rush on it, so... Good job, Panzer guy. Waste a shot. Of course, the covert ops came here as opposed to staying with the door. Why, I don't know. Yeah, I'm the only medic in here. Just took a knife. I'm out of luck. Let's try to drop as many packs as I can before I die. Okay, so I didn't see him on the map, but we do have a covert here, so that's good. Yeah, I saw one on the map coming down this way. I trust Senbon to cover that, though. This is risky, but why not? Just toss some grenades. Make it harder to get in here. This map's over, though. Easy peasy. 110 to 71. So like they had shooters, they just didn't play the objective. And a quick minute break here, and then we'll play again. Yeah, the only way allies have a chance here is if the teams are not shuffled, because we got pretty good. Yep, so there's a shuffle. I figured whenever allies win convincingly, it gets shuffled, and then you end up with a team unlikely to win on offense. But that's how it goes. I probably will not play the whole map. I don't particularly enjoy defending this one. I tend to try to actually sit in the bank, and that's not going to be very interesting to watch. So, sorry, Vintage. Not sorry, brain damage. Oh, I almost got killed by that. There are going to be people coming from all directions now. Come on. I mean, at least I got the tank. We didn't have to spend, 15 minutes waiting for them to do that much. Apparently this team doesn't have any engineers to... All right, I'll take a mortar. Goodbye, Vintage. Oh, Delphonic, all right. Less satisfying, but it's all right. So I don't often make this jump on the first try. We'll see how it goes. I'm waiting for the sprint charge bar to move up just a little bit before I make my move here. Yeah, this is a little tricky without having done it a couple times in a row. Nope. All right, one more try, then I'll move on to something else. There we go. Probably went back for, yeah. It's Roro, yeah. It's like I could tell as soon as he was dodging and weaving like that. Two, three. I'm surprised you can get that accuracy at that range, but there we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, Soft stole it. Oh well. Cake killed by the cake. All right, that's fine. The hardest part of this map is leaving spawn as axes. So the power spots here that we want to keep the allies out of are right here, and the equivalent spot on the ledge over there. We can do that. We're in pretty good shape. There's some coming down the ramp. And right there. Oh, poorly aimed. Not great. Get some ammo here. At a certain point, the better players will stop. Well, some are persistent, but a lot of them will stop coming to the objective, leaving just the weaker shooters. And then people will either drop off or go on to side quests. I don't know how that guy didn't die, but a lot of screen shake going on there. The ladders are very grabby in this game, especially when they're put in spots like that. Can't get too close or you can't move forward. Hopefully someone diffuses that. So far, it appears not, though. Yeah. Yeah, to get in there, I'm going to have to try a different route. Ugh, it's a pain in the ass, but it's doable. There we go. Looks like there are two down here, maybe more, one below me. Yeah. Let me get that double pistol back. All right, they made it past. Not great, but somewhat expected. Five. Okay. Well, we'll try to. Of course, Fingers wasting his time there. Roro was sharp today. And yeah, so the stream will probably get pretty boring from here on out because I'm actually going to probably defend the objective. I guess we'll just see how many attempts they actually make and how many they come in force. So to keep the other players interested, you can't actually steal all of their kills here, unfortunately. Otherwise, they'll leave you alone to defend, and it's not great. All right, there's enough numbers in here. I can at least sit on the apron, I think. Probably did, but yeah, we'll give him anyways. There we go. That was poorly done, but I got a kill out of it, so. I miss a lot of jumps. There's no denying that. And up we go again. Surprise. Shit. Yeah, it does feel a little sloppy. I mean, yeah, look at the accuracy, 39.2%. Something's off. It may just be my aim that I played too much today or whatnot, but could it be all the artillery around causing everything to bounce? But Time to focus on some precise shooting. There we go. 1 and 2. I don't know what launched me across there, but I guess it's probably a rifle nade or something. Still under 40 AC. Disappointing. Yeah, I thought I got the double pistols. There we go. That was funny. Almost got away. Let's check a couple things. Okay. Still Delphonic up there. Or not. Just in case there's another one. I don't know what that guy was doing, but I'll take the kill. All right, we're back over 40. That's always nice when you get them to blow themselves up like that. There's one right here, yeah. Apparently there were two right there. Hiding in the bushes and all. That was unexpected. Where's my ping at right now? 36. All right, it's a couple milliseconds over above normal, but the game just feels kind of laggy to me. Oh well. I'll try a router restart later, see if that helps, but it rarely does. So I'm going to try to get up there and get behind that MG. There's one right above me. I'll grab the Thompson. Hopefully the sound will blend in better when I'm sneaking back behind their guys. Assuming I get out of here before a mortar falls on this spot or something. Oh, this is tedious to watch, I'm sure. There we go. Yeah, he didn't even try. He knew he was done. Weird. Yeah, the aim accuracy just feels a little bit off. But there's one in the corner right there I can see on the map. Oof, double knifed. Don't know why he's blocking the path jumping around, but I mean, he needs meds, obviously, but he could just walk. Elfie. All right. I would not be surprised if they get the gold out soon. They still may not score it, but what did he shoot? Thompson, okay. Yeah, that's what you get for going for the revive, and for you not tapping out. Oh, there we go. All right, another 5 minutes. Close. His head's right by the railing there. It's a little tricky to get past that. I mean, it's hard from his point of view to shoot out, though, too, so. Come on, let's get in there. Looks like there are a couple right here. Almost. If I hadn't run out of bullets, I think I would have had him there. It's only when I broke bullets was able to get me. Yeah. Up to 42 AC. Not the worst I've ever played, but not great. $92.32. It's all right. 3-1 will do. But I have not been making the harder shots this game against the better players. I mean, at least not against Row and who else? I guess he's the main one who's been overperforming how I usually expect him to do this map. But Oof, I'm surprised I survived that. FG42 at point blank range is usually deadly. Huh. I guess he just got launched that way right as I was going the other direction. Yeah. A lot of these deaths are just trying to even get in the fight. Hardest part of something like that is getting your bullets past your teammates' big boxes. Ugh. All right. Well, we got 2 more minutes, and I mean, obviously they haven't been trying very hard to actually get the objective out of there, but or at least not as hard as they could have. Yeah. And Nimi just gave up. A lot right here. Shit. Yeah, he knew he mistimed the attack right there. That's why he did not even try. You could see we still had our shields on. Yeah, I don't know which one of those 3 guys got me. It wasn't the guy in front, though. He took too much damage. Maybe the guy in the middle. go back? You want to let me out of here? No? Well, got 100 anyways. It'll do. The cake is a live stream. 104.40. 42 hack. Not great, but hey, we held against a reasonably strong team, at least in terms of shooters. I can't say this has been a great live stream, but you know, hopefully somebody enjoyed it. 170 headshots, it looks like. Cool. 171. All right, everybody. Have a good one.